Instagram is dead. Well, actually, not entirely, but the photos on Instagram are dead. So, let's see what's happening. Instagram is changing. Yes, exactly. One of the greatest and most famous social medias of the last years is taking a new direction. Have you noticed that in the last months the quantity of photos on Instagram is continuously decreasing? Well, actually there's one main reason: the Reels. The Reels are changing the direction of Instagram. So the Reels represents a sort of a new trend of the social medias, and let's compare the photos from the Reels. The photos are something completely still, so when you look at the photo you need to look at it, think at that single frame, and in case just leave a like. But instead the videos and the Reels, which are short videos, are something completely different because they are more dynamic. That's the word about the Reels. In fact, when you look at a reel, in just half a second or 1 second, you just see something and say, yeah, I don't like it, and you just can skip to the next one. And the social medias are something very fast, and so they give you the chance to switch between lots of different contents in just few milliseconds. And now an interesting question is, who brought this trend, this new trend on social medias? The answer is extremely simple: TikTok. In 2016, TikTok came out and brought this new, completely new type of content. And in the following years, as we can see, Instagram brought the Reels on their side, and YouTube, which was based on long videos, brought the Shorts, which are short videos. So as we can see, social medias in general, so TikTok, Instagram and YouTube, are completely changing, and they are moving on a content which is more simple, more easy to watch and more fast, so that people just take few seconds to see something and go to the next content. And so, as we said throughout the video, we can understand that actually the reason for this decrease of photos on Instagram is not due to the Reels, but in general is because of a new trend of seeing and watching content on social medias. And I was reflecting on a thing about all this, and if you think about it, with the Reels, people need to think less about the content they are watching, because if you look at the photo you need to think about it and see if you like it, but instead a video is something more easy to understand. And so are we getting a bit more lazy with the Reels and in general with short videos? So are we getting more lazy by using and watching Reels rather than the old type photos? Maybe yes, maybe we are getting lazy, and we don't want to be lazy. We don't want to be lazy like my cat, which just sleeps throughout the day, all the day long. We don't want to be lazy. That's the point. And apart from being lazy, maybe we are even spending more time on social medias because the Reels make us spending more time on them. So that's a pretty interesting thing to talk about, but we'll do it maybe in another video, not into this one. So what to do with all this new situation of the photos? In my opinion, there are two different types of users. The passive user, which are just people that enjoy looking at photos on social medias but they don't want to post photos. And on the other hand, there are the active users, so all the people that like taking photos like me. So on this channel we talk about photography, video making and being creative on that side. So in my opinion, I'm pretty sad about this thing about photos. And so all the active users that are the people who want to publish and use the socials to show their photos. For all the passive users, in my opinion, there's only one thing to do. So stick to the creators and to all the profiles on Instagram that you like, that publish and post photos, and just hope that throughout the time they will continue publishing photos rather than moving totally on the Reels. But instead, for all the active users, so everyone that want to post photos on Instagram, there are some different solutions to this. And the first thing that you can think about is to just change social media, and lots of creators and lots of people have moved, for example, to Twitter to use it as the new Instagram for photos. But the reality is that Twitter is not a social media based on photos. In fact, it's a text-centric social media platform, so the photos and videos and all the other things are sort of a secondary content. And I've tried to look for other apps like Instagram for photos, but actually I haven't found much. But one thing you can look at is GetLost. So GetLost is an app for people that likes traveling, and so maybe that can be a solution in the future, because this app is coming out in the next months probably, so you can already join a sort of a beta version, just taking your username for the future. So yeah, I will just give you the link in the description and you can maybe give a look to it. Anyway, if you want to stay on Instagram, in my opinion, there are two different things that you need to do. The first one is to don't care about all the numbers. In fact, even Instagram have declared that the photos in the last years, the engagement has decreased of about the 50%. So still photographs don't work on Instagram. So now that you have understood that numbers doesn't count on Instagram, you can do two different things. The first one is to post your photos on your personal and main profile, which can be a good idea. And the second thing is to create a second profile for yourself. So you're gonna keep one personal account for yourself, your friends, and a second account for all your photos. This can be a good idea, especially because all your friends and all the people you know can follow you on your personal profile, and if them or other people want to follow you for your photos, they can just move on your second profile. And instead, on your personal profile, you can post your best photos that you take. And so yeah, just to keep it a bit more clean, and instead have a second profile in which you can just throw there every photo that you want to do. In my case, I have my main profile in which recently I just post my main and best photos, and instead I have created a second profile in which I just post some random photos that I take. So yeah, in my opinion, is a great solution to show your creativity and just the photos that you enjoy taking. Now, the last thing I want to say of this video is that if you want to take photos for the social medias, you are completely wrong, because in my opinion, the photos and the creativity comes first from the social medias, because firstly and primarily you need to take your photo and be creative, spread your creativity. Secondly, you can just think about posting it on the social media. So remember, firstly you have the photos, secondly you have the social medias. You don't need to follow the trends and to move and switch your creativity for the trends. Just do what you want, do the photos that you want. So that's all for this video. Huge thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and even subscribe my channel to not miss the upcoming contents. And if you want to learn something about photography, I'm creating a sort of a series of really simple videos about how to learn how to use your smartphone and take your photos with your smartphone. So yeah, smartphone photography in my opinion is pretty interesting if you want to become an active user of Instagram and try to spread your creativity in photography directly from your phone. So that's all for this one. I'll see you guys in the next video, which is coming pretty soon. So yeah, bye, see you soon.